Cantina Cast Patreon content.
Hello, Patreon members, and hello, Jonesy.
Welcome back, Patreon members, to another edition of Tatooine Trading Post.
Man, it's been a while. We dug this one out of like the grave.
It's been like 5 or 6 months, I think. Maybe further back than that. It's been a while, yeah.
Oh, so I can go back and get more stuff? Because I only brought stuff out for like the last 2 months. If you want me to go back to 6 months.
The show is your oyster,
Oh,
my friend.
boy. I got some stuff for you. I can start with the ghost. No, well, welcome. This is for those of you that don't that aren't familiar with the show. There was a time when Jonesy and I would weekly bring out all the wares crap that we bought, Star Wars related and sometimes not Star Wars related, just to kind of show and talk about them, show and tell basically. So it has been a while since we've done this. We've had a Christmas has already gone by, and I've been hitting estate sales a lot lately. So I've been finding little things here and there. Not so much in Star Wars, unfortunately, but I do have a couple things that I've found at estate sales that I'll show you as well. But yeah, I got a lot of stuff here that's just been accumulating. So it's fun to finally get around and show somebody the stuff, because I got nobody. I mean, I just sit in this room all day long. I sit in this cave with all my crap, and I don't get to talk to anybody about it.
So Albert will usually like tell me the stuff he's getting, but I don't always get pictures just because
Right,
you just can't take enough pictures. Like you'll send me pictures of something every once in a while, but I don't get to see all of them until I go visit. And then it's like I'm just inundated with all of the stuff that you've bought over the last
Right.
6 or 8 months since I've been able to go out and visit. And
Yeah.
it's just funny.
Oh, I just saw another one.
Well, hey, while you're doing that, a huge thanks to all of our thanks to all of our Patreon members, especially our newcomer. I've got a Brad feeling. So thanks for the cool name there, Brad. Welcome to the tribe. We certainly appreciate your support. And as well as all of our other not part of the tribe members, Alex, Raphael, Danny, Mike, Lauren, Dante, Riss, Jackson, Sharkman, Dan, Daz, Uncle Leon, Josh, Jacob, Reader Reborn, and now I've got a Brad feeling. And of course, our Delusions of Grandeur members. Now this is Rod Racing, CJ, Steve, and Rob. Thank you all so much.
Yeah, thank you guys for your support, and welcome, Brad, again. Appreciate you being here, buddy. Let's see, just programming notes real quick. We'll be back, I think, on Wednesday to do a show. Or I don't know how you guys feel about do the double header. It's been a while since we did a double header like on a Sunday, but maybe it makes more sense to move them there. I don't know. It's all going to get thrown into the wash as soon as we get to Andor. So whatever we do between now and then is going to be short-lived anyway. So
yeah, the next few weeks, and then we'll have an Andor trailer at some point, probably a teaser and a trailer. So this, every time we make a schedule, it usually gets thrown out the window within about 7 to 10 days. So it's kind of fruitless, but hey, we're trying.
Yeah, trying to have the battle. Okay. I guess I'll go first because I got a couple of things here.
Sure.
This is the one I just grabbed recently. I don't know if you want to do some research on the fly where this thing is from, but it's almost like a preschool kind of X-Wing.
Yeah, it does look like a preschool X-Wing.
It's huge. And I think this might have come out around the time that around the prequel trilogy, like around Revenge of the Sith. But anyways, it doesn't, I got this in a estate sale. So I saw it. I don't know what it was, but it was an X-Wing, and I'm like, I'm buying it. I'm picking it up. To my surprise, the wings kind of they lock in that S-foil positions.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know where it's from. I just thought it was neat. So
that does look a lot like the Hasbro Playskool X-Wing, but that one's blue, but it doesn't have, like, the one I found online that came up really quickly was like Luke's. But this looks like it's maybe, I don't know, maybe that came out like with Rogue Squadron.
I don't know, like, but look at the cockpit though. Look how wide it is. It's massive.
So those listening, it's oversized, but you have it's almost like a convertible where your figure pops in the top, and it's those big Playskool figures they kind of fit in the palm of your hand, or kind of in the
big
cup
chunky
of your hand.
ones. Yeah.
Yeah, the big chunky ones. And if you've been down the aisle at the store, you've probably seen these, especially in the little ones, because these tend to be, I don't know what the age range of these is, probably like,
it's toddler
3
age.
to 8 type of things.
Yeah, for sure.
Just big enough to where they can't swallow them, but big enough to where
don't swallow another X-Wing, please.
Right. Yeah, those are cool though. I mean, those always
it's
look
cool.
really good.
Again, this is something I picked up at like an estate sale. It's not the coolest thing I've gotten tonight. Trust me. It's just I saw it and I was like, oh crap, forgot to grab that one.
Nicely done.
All right. Anyways, I'll put that one back. Here, let me show you. I got one other estate sale find. I think. Oh, and I got two more. I got this at an estate sale. Do you know what this is?
Well, it's a orange blaster that says Star Wars in very small print, but like a yellow. I mean, is that supposed to be Han's gun?
No, it's Andor's from Rogue One. So this came out during Rogue One. They released this like special edition Andor blaster.
Is it a Nerf gun?
It's a Nerf gun. Yeah, you can you pull it back, cock it, and shoot it. But I've always wanted this one because it was the Andor. It's like Andor's pistol. It looks just like it. Although it's really orange, of course, because Americans can't do anything else. But yeah, I found this at a estate sale. It's got a place for batteries. I haven't replaced the batteries, but it actually makes Andor's blaster sound too.
Well, Steph in the chat's saying you should start painting.
I know. Trust me. Like I've seen so many people do that with toy props and stuff like that and make them look realistic. I can't do that. So unfortunately,
one talent you don't have of all the talents that would be very useful in this moment.
All right. At the same estate sale, this is my last one for the estate sales. Cause again, has been kind of short. I picked up this Darksaber, which you can see right here, and it does light up. It's a solid blade that doesn't extend or anything.
This thing is roughly the size of a 2x4 for everyone listening.
It's pretty big. See,
like if you have the image of a 2x4, like with how blocky that is, you are not far off from this Darksaber.
Like the problem with this lightsaber, honestly, is when you hold the handle, it covers up the speaker, so you can't hear it. I mean, you can barely hear it now, but see how you hear that? That's how loud it gets. So
it's pretty loud.
Yeah, but you can see it flashing there.
Albert is going all Sith-like on everyone right now.
I'm a Vizsla, man. It's in my blood.
If you didn't need a better reason to sign up for the $5 tier or above, seeing Albert
we just gave it to you
make a gritty face swinging a Darksaber around is probably worth its weight in gold.
I don't know about that. All right. You want me to keep rolling here? I got more stuff.
Yeah. I mean, well, I'll say one here. I mean, some of the folks in Discord over the holidays had the what are they called? The advent calendars and stuff. And, Steph found one that was like half off. And I just thought, I pulled a couple of these out that I just thought were really cool. Like here's the Razor Crest, and
should have just left it in pieces. It's more accurate.
I know. Right. And then the Venator class Star Cruiser, Star Destroyer type of thing from Clone Wars era, which I always thought was really cool. And then, of course, I pulled one other. There were a handful I thought were actually really cool, but then you have Luke with his Christmas sweater.
Yeah, right.
And then there's a matching one for Leia and her Christmas sweater with her pink coffee cup as well. But these were just super adorable. I think the advent calendar this year was actually pretty good. I liked it. There were only a couple that were kind of like weird, but I thought it was overall a pretty good set this year. Thanks for everyone who was sharing their pictures in Discord too.
I still have it. Like it's still not even fully assembled. So
Albert was doing pretty good for like the first 3 days on social media of keeping up to date with doing it. I think who was in Discord? I think it was Lucid Truth. Maybe it was keeping up with it and actually posted, I think pretty much every single day. Everything was going down the line. So that was pretty cool.
And I was trying to do something different, like, and not say it's bad, but everybody was just posting the pictures and that's cool. Right. But I was trying to like personalize each one, like thoughts about the ship or memories that I have of whatever. And just, it became too much to keep up with for me, unfortunately. But this is from that same advent calendar, which is the ghost ship. I don't know if did you open that one up? Yeah.
I did all of them. I just put them all away. I was considering pulling that one out because I actually thought that was a nice little build, but I've got this ghost from a handful of years ago.
Oh, that one's a better design.
Yeah, I thought so too. I was a little bit disappointed. The one that came in the advent calendar this year was rather blocky and very simple.
Well, it's a little too thin for me. Like that one, that has more of the shape than this one. This is kind of oblong.
Yeah, that one looks more like a football, whereas this one actually looks more like a disc.
Yeah.
And sorry for those listening, but I don't. What was this one from that I'm showing you?
I don't know. I don't have that one. I may have to take that from you.
Well, I mean, you'd have to come visit. So, I mean, I've got another ghost here too. I've got the Microfighter ghost right here too.
Oh yeah, I need that one. I've been looking at that one. It sells for about like $80 new.
Oh, does it?
Yes.
Well, hell,
it's no
$80, Albert. We got a price tag.
I don't know about
You know what's
that.
funny? I was collecting those microfighters for a while because it was the only way you could get certain like figures for a small short period of time, or at least figures I didn't want to go and have to buy the Millennium Falcon to get Han Solo or something like that. And some,
I wonder if that's is that the first Hera?
I don't think that's the first Hera. I mean, the thing with these is they have shorter legs too, so they're not full mini
interesting.
either. Yeah, which I didn't find out till a little bit later.
Huh.
I think, is that right? Let me pull her out. Let's take a look here.
That's weird that they would truncate her.
Oh no. Yeah, she's the full thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. She might be the very first Hera then, because I don't know that they came out with a Hera prior to that.
Well,
she's on the Ghost now.
That would explain why it would be $80 for that set, I guess.
Maybe. I think they're just hard to find now, honestly, because they're no longer, you know how Lego is. If they don't,
it's a really good build too. I mean, this is a really good build. I mean, that's the only reason why I wanted was really the Ghost. I mean, the Hera figure was nice too, but it was just a really nice looking build for, again, having the figure kind of set in the top, just like your X-Wing you showed us. You know, the figure just sets in the top, almost like a ride at the back. I don't know, when you and I grew up, when you went to the grocery store, they had those little rocket ships outside, or the race cars that side that would just rock back and forth. Yeah. That's what the microfighters always remind me of.
Yeah. You just sit there and do all the work. I'm like, why am I paying for this?
Right.
Okay, so let's keep Lego still going. I meant to find the figures and I couldn't. Now this isn't. Oh crap! I just broke it. All right, so this is for Amando. This is a Christmas gift that I got. I'd always wanted this one. This is the ATST from The Mandalorian. That one scene, Sanctuary.
I believe so. Yeah.
I don't know if I may be wrong on that.
Yeah,
one,
with Cara Dune.
Yeah, with Cara Dune.
Mando's original girlfriend, the true love of his life. That's not Bo-Katan.
What was her name? Moira?
No, Omera, I think.
Omera, that's it. Omera, yeah. But yeah, this is the ATST, and then it came with the Cara Dune figure, Mando, Grogu. I don't know where the hell any of those are right now. I think they're somewhere over there. And then there's the inside of the cockpit there, which is kind of cool.
Very cool.
Yeah. So this is a cool little set. I wanted it mostly for the Cara Dune figure because I do like the character. And it's the only way we can get her Lego little minifig. And then these were given to me by my son, which is a very son thing to do. I don't know what is going on with these. Have you seen these?
I have, yeah.
Yeah, so you've got Luke Skywalker in his rebel pilot kind of jumpsuit, but then he's sitting in, I don't know, some kind of a mech.
A Gundam style mech X-Wing.
With the X-Wings, you can see they're locked in the S-foil positions, and he's got a lightsaber. He's holding a lightsaber as well.
Yeah. I
mean, it's a fun little minifig. And he built this one. I let him build it because he wanted to do it because it was Luke. And he said it was fun to build. I think this thing even shoots off, like you press it, it fires off something as well. But so I got this one from him. I got 3 of these from him as for Christmas. I got that one. I have the Stormtrooper, which is this one here. Again, kind of cool.
Some of those are neat. Did you ever do the what were the other ones that had? They were like the mechanics.
Oh yes, I have some of those.
Yeah, they fall apart super easy, which I didn't like. Hey, and by the way, before I misspoke, I gave Lucid Truth credit for doing all of the Lego postings. Actually, Fan Solo, so thanks Fan Solo for doing those throughout the holidays.
Oh yeah, yeah. Fan Solo, that dude's awesome. And then the last one I had here was the Darth Vader one, and he's got his red lightsaber, which I don't know why that's why is it so short. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like just a little pipe that they use for the regular minifigs.
Yeah, I don't think that's supposed to be in there, quite honestly.
I don't think so either.
Well, it happens to all of us as we get older. So let's just be honest.
Alex is rating your stuff, by the way, and he gave you a 1 out of 10 for your X-Wing.
Oh, well, whatever. I didn't make it. I just bought the dang thing. So this looks like if they made the Power of the Force action figure into a Lego, this is what it would look like. You know what I mean? They're just so bulky and strong.
Yeah, but it actually looks like it's pretty well built. It's not going to fall apart, so that's good.
No, it does.
That's the issue with some Legos. Like sometimes they just seem like they are one topple over away from just shattering.
Well, and that's the one that you were talking about, like the expert set ones, like the really tall ones. They're really cool. I've got a couple of them. I have like Boba Fett. I've got I got a couple during the Last Jedi because I got the red Imperial Guards for Snoke. You know, there's a Vader one I got.
I've got the Shore Trooper. I've got the
I have the Shore Trooper too. Yeah,
I've got the Black Stormtrooper as well. I've got something else too.
But they don't stand up very well, and then when they do fall over, like you said, parts fall off them. And you're like, oh, great, thanks.
Cool idea. They some of them look really good, but I think I may have either a stormtrooper or a snow trooper or something like that.
All right. Okay, I've been on a show, not this show, and someone asked me what my favorite droid was, and I said Chopper, and they're like, no, not that. They didn't. I don't forget the whole story, but so I went with like, this is my favorite droid here. If it's not Chopper, I think this is my favorite design for a droid. And I got this again. This is another Christmas gift that I got here.
Oh wow, yeah, the Imperial probe droid.
Yeah, I mean, it's really good. It's a really good, very cool build. As you can kind of see here, it's got the little nameplate down here at the bottom.
Yeah, it's so great.
But you know what? This was the most difficult. Like, it wasn't difficult. It was just very tedious.
A lot of small parts.
All these small parts together and build it. And I'm glad it's done because it looks really good. But wow, this was a pain in the butt to put together. Not only that, but like, so the droid comes out, right? Mm-hmm. But the base, the snow, you can't really see the detail because I don't have a lot of light in here. But the snow itself that you have to put together, they're the most weird, like the smallest, weirdest angled pieces that seemingly don't go together, but yet, they do, I guess, to kind of give you that snow mound kind of look.
It looks really sharp, man. That's a good looking set.
Yeah. And all the arms move and they all articulate and everything else. So it was kind of a pain in the butt, but I really enjoyed this one quite a bit.
Very cool. Along those lines, I don't remember if I did this last time we did a show, but like I got the MIDI scale of the Falcon that I know I did the build on Discord. I think you posted a picture,
but I don't know that we've seen it yet. Oh, wow.
Yeah, on Discord, I did a build in progress type of thing. And it is absolutely amazing and fantastic. Yeah. This was like, I think I want to say like $70 or $80, but it is like amazing detail. It's about 8 or 9 inches long, maybe 7 or 8 inches wide, but just fantastic detail. It doesn't open up or anything like that, but I'm trying to just hold it because it is on a base. It'll fall off.
Mm-hmm.
Bottom doesn't have a lot of great detail, but you got the little placard and stuff like that too. But as part of I think this is part of the Return of the Jedi celebration for 40 years or whatever it's been.
Oh, okay.
But I was really excited to get that one. I splurged. I hadn't bought Legos in a while, and like I just had to buy that one though because it's a really good looking set. So highly recommend that one if you can still find it. I think they're still out there, but for those that are Millennium Falcon fans or just really good Lego set fans, that really good shelf like piece to display, kind of like yours. It doesn't take up a lot of space, doesn't take up a lot of height either. It just sits on any kind of bookshelf and looks really good.
Yeah, especially since it's not. I mean, it's still a lot of pieces. Don't get me wrong, but compared to like the the big $800 Millennium Falcon, the design on that one's really good for the amount of pieces that they use. I
mean, make no mistake. The BMF it's bad, man. It's like real, like in the best way. It is a bad MFer, if you know what I mean. And it is cool, like to see the actual ultimate scale Millennium Falcon in person, like on a display and done really nicely.
Oh yeah,
I've got a couple friends with them, and they are absolutely stellar. I mean, you can go to like they were in the Lego shops for a long time too. You can see them there, but seeing it in person and kind of seeing it, and man, just absolutely just another world.
Okay. Let me keep going here. So I got a couple games for Christmas as well. I've not played this one. So this is a game called Selfish, and I did look into this. So they do make another game. This is just the Star Wars edition of Selfish. I don't know much about it other than it's 2 to 5 players, takes about 20 minutes to play. It's a card game, so you can kind of see it on the back here. Okay. You've got kind of different cards that you play. So I haven't even broken the seal on this. I did plan on playing this with my kids at some point, but I don't know. Don't know whether that's good or not, but
you plan Star Wars on subjecting your children to Star Wars games.
Yeah, exactly.
Like any good parent should do.
I got another trivia game. I've got a couple of these now. This is another Christmas gift here. So Star Wars trivia, 140 questions. Includes questions from Mandalorian is what it says.
It does include some Mando questions. Very nice. Yeah. That's a very small set.
Yeah. I've got some that are large.
How many cards? How many cards come in the set?
No, I don't know how many are in here. 140. Yeah, sorry. I just said that. 140.
Okay. That's not bad. I mean, they've probably got multiple questions per card.
Yeah, I'm going to ask you one because I think these are kind of easy, honestly. Which actor returned as Emperor Palpatine in The Rise of Skywalker?
Jar Jar Binks.
Yes, correct.
All right.
Next question here. Gold Squadron primarily flew what type of starfighter?
Y-wings, right?
Yes, that's correct. These are, they're pretty easy. How does Han Solo respond after Leia proclaims "I love you" to him on Cloud City?
Finally.
And last question for you. Which planet is the home world of the Sith in The Rise of Skywalker? We just talked about this planet.
That's a good one. Yeah, Exegol, right?
Tatooine. Sorry.
Everything's Jakku.
Jakku.
Everything's Jakku.
So I like Star Wars trivia questions. These are kind of the questions you want to play, with people that are just like casual fans, because those are honestly, I know that probably sounds easy for us, but those are kind of difficult if you think about it, because most people aren't paying attention to the dang planet names.
So when Steph was working at the brewery, we decided to pitch a Star Wars trivia night, and I did like 3 levels of Star Wars. You told me.
I know this story, but please tell it, because I thought it was funny.
Yeah, so I think I did like 3 levels of Star Wars, questions. It was like what I thought was easy, medium, and then hard. And JW was there, like Jeff, our buddy Jeff on Patreon was out there, and he even he struggled a little bit with 1 or 2 of them. I'm like, I didn't think they were that difficult, but like nobody was people are like, these are the easy ones, and I'm like for the first one, because I thought I just didn't want everybody to get like 8 out of 10. Like the first 8, everybody was there. I had to give some wrinkle in there, but I didn't think they were that hard. But maybe I'm not the best judge of like questions. So
no, you probably aren't. I'm not going to self-proclaim that I know everything, because there are some questions that stuff that I don't know or just forget, because there's so much crap in my head now these days. But again, for the average listener, average Star Wars fan, this stuff can be, you start getting into the weeds really quickly, and you don't think it's weeds, but man, it really is.
Yeah.
So that's always fun. Nice icebreaker that I could use here. All right, let's talk about pops, because I did get pops here recently.
You don't collect pops though.
But I don't collect these. I don't think I ever showed this one. I took pictures of it. Oh, it's in a clear box. That's how much I love this one. But this was the Jar Jar Binks. It was exclusive at Target. Sorry, I know there's a big glare on there.
Sorry, you can kind of see it. Yeah, like super colorful.
Yeah, super colorful. It goes with the Blacklight collection that I've got. So I've got a couple back here. I've got Kenobi and R2, and I've got some others. You can't really see they're off camera here. But when I can turn the black lights on, they light up. They're really cool looking. So, and Pop does this with all, they got a whole Marvel series of black light figures as well, but this is the Star Wars versions of them. So,
I've seen those before. I didn't realize they were black light though.
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty cool.
Very cool.
The other ones that they've got in this series, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Queen Amidala, they've got a Darth Maul as well. You kind of see them there in the background.
And then, that's a young Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah, right. Yeah. From episode 2?
Phantom Menace, yeah. No, Phantom Menace, yeah.
Phantom Menace, sorry, yeah, episode 1. So, yeah, fun stuff. This is, again, part of episode 1, the 25th anniversary that came out last year. So
Alex rated your Jar Jar Binks a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, he's absolutely biased.
Because he's your brother.
And he's dumb. So, and then here's Kim. So I picked this up during, of course, Skeleton Crew.
Nice.
This is online exclusive. You can't go buy this one in the stores. You had to buy it online. I think they still sell it if you want it, but
is that from Entertainment Earth or something?
No, it's from the Pop directly, okay. But it was just one of they have like online exclusives, and this is one of them. So I don't know if they still make that or not. And I will keep this short. In Scouts, which some of you know, I do a lot of scouting. You get assigned a critter, which is basically like your familiar or what you refer yourself to as. And I won't get into all the details, but mine has always been an owl. So I'm an owl. I always say I'm an owl. And so when Kim came out and they had this Pop figure, I was like, well, I got to get her because she's an owl. So that's why I bought her. I mean, I like the character already, but
she is literally your spirit animal.
She is my spirit animal, if I did have one in Star Wars. Oh, yeah, I've got some more pins, too. Dang, Steph. Forgot about those.
Steph's calling you out for your not collecting pins, but really collecting pins.
I can see the pin that I was going to bring out, too, but I did get another pin, but maybe not tonight. Okay, let's see. So I picked this book up, and just yesterday, as a matter of fact. I went to Half Price Books, and I'm always looking for like collectors and stuff. I forgot this book even came out, and I've never read it. I don't know if you've read it. I want to ask Lauren if she's read it. If any of our listeners have read it, I'd be interested to hear what people say. I haven't even looked at it, but this is The Force Collector by Kevin Shinnick. Do you remember when this came out?
Yeah, this came out before Rise of Skywalker.
Rise of Skywalker, yeah.
This was part of their
lead up to it. Even says, Journey to Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. I don't know that anybody covered this book, and if they did, I'm not aware if it was actually any good or if it's worth a read. But it was like in pristine condition, as you can tell. Like it didn't even look like it had been sold.
I like the cover.
Probably not a good idea or good sign.
Yeah, I like the cover with Luke on it. You know, you probably didn't know this because Kevin Shinnick has another claim to fame, Albert. Do you know what else he wrote in the Star Wars realm?
No, I don't.
Chewie and the Porgs by Kevin Shinnick.
Oh my God.
Mike mispronounced his name too. So
I didn't put the two and two together on that one.
Yeah, he did Chewie and the Porgs.
Well, look at that. Look what it got him. It got him.
You should mail that to Mike saying, here's the adult version of Chewie and the Porgs.
Right, yeah.
Or a middle grade, probably, or a young adult.
It says what people are saying about Force Collector. Kevin Shinnick is the biggest, brightest star in Star Wars literary galaxy, and Force Collector shows exactly why. That's Gary Whitta, if you guys know who he is. He wrote the screenplay for Rogue One. Ahmad Best has a quote on here: "A wonderful journey into the richness of Star Wars universe. It blasts you into the action and adventure at light speed." What in the world? Shinnick invites us into Star Wars universe through an amazing new character and adds to the canon in unexpected and clever ways. That's Doug Jung, the screenwriter for Star Trek Beyond. Get out of here. Why are you bringing Star Trek into our stuff? So anyways, I don't know. Maybe I'll read it. I probably won't. Let's just be honest, because I've got so many things to read still. But, for like $4, brand new, I was like, well, I'm just going to grab it because I don't have it. And I can add it to my collection of books back here. So,
my fear is, and why I didn't read those books in the first place, is that the movie isn't going to, they probably touch and do on all these things in those books that they don't talk about at all in the movie.
Right. Yeah.
And they don't mean anything, kind of like, the video games and stuff that were kind of trying to, tangentially connect to all of it, and it just didn't amount to anything. And so I didn't really miss. I'm sure there's some good books. They're probably good stories, but within the whole narrative, it would have been a bit of a letdown, I think, at the end of the day.
Yeah, it was like, it's similar to like this series, and this is one I've had on the shelf. Right, this is during the Force Awakens, right? They had these kind of journey to the Force Awakens ones.
Yeah, and that's where I got turned off by it, because I was like, these books don't really have anything to do about this.
Nothing. They're just really kind of there to drum up excitement, get people talking about Star Wars, that kind of thing. But they don't have a big play in the narrative of the story. So I'm with you there. So I probably won't read it, but it's kind of cool to have it in my collection. I've already shown this on social media. I know we've already talked about it. We just talked about it in the last episode, but this is the Reign of the Empire.
That's a good looking book.
Mask of Fear. I've got the Goldsboro version coming in, which has the blue spray painted edges, and it's got some designs or something also on that as well. When I get that, I'll certainly share it. I want to say
that is the one I saw a picture of today online, and
the Goldsboro.
It does look really cool.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to see your copy of it.
So I'll get that probably. I don't know. It said it shipped UK from the UK. So Goldsboro's based out in the UK, which actually, by the way, to plug them, you're really not paying a whole lot more for those. Like really the book itself is like $30 US or whatever, and then they charge you $10 to ship from London. So
and they do autographs too, right?
Yes, yeah, they're signed.
They're signed, and you get the painted pages. I mean, it's a steal.
It's definitely worth it. Now, the only problem is
bookshelf space.
Well, no, not that. You have to get on like I don't even know how I got in, but at some point I got in, meaning they send you the email ahead of time before they publicly announce it or sell it.
Yeah.
And so you have an opportunity to buy a copy, I think up to 2 copies before that. And then once all the pre-sales have gone through, then they open it up to the public, and then it's like a mass, everybody runs to try to pre-order the thing. But if you order one time from them, they put you on the pre-sale list. And so you'll get an email every time after that for every one of the Star Wars books saying, if you want to pre-order it now, you can. And so I don't have to stress anymore, but I know people are stressing all the time to pick up those special editions. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah, I think you got in early enough, because when I started looking at them, I could never get it. And by the time I did it, because I think you had bought me the Goldsboro books that I have. And so I wasn't on the special people list.
Yeah. Well, takes a lot of money. Let's see. Here's two things I just bought. Two comics that I just bought.
I'll
just
do recently. A comic next.
Yeah, let's do a comic. So this is Fear of the Jedi, which just came out. This is Kevin Scott. This is the last wave of Phase 3 comics. So it's going to kind of finish up his story. But I did get the Can you see it there? Oh yeah.
Yeah. So this is the Acolyte cover.
Yeah, with the sisters on there. So
that's a cool cover. It actually looks really good.
Yeah, no, I liked it. Osha and May. I said my. And then I did get the one that I know you said you didn't like, but I love this cover. This is from Legacy of Vader #1. I had to get this one. This is Mother Anastasia there on the cover of it.
No, I think it's a great cover. First of all, like Mother Anastasia.
Oh, I know what you no. So you go ahead. I know what you said about it. Go ahead.
Yeah, no. What I started getting tired of these covers is they just have nothing to do with the book.
Yeah, it's got nothing to do with Vader.
It's the Acolyte. It's an Acolyte cover, but it's for the Vader comic. It's an Acolyte cover, but it's for the High Republic. And I mean, they do this for special times a year. So Black History Month and Pride Month and some other times too. So you get some really cool and interesting covers. I have these characters now are bound to these books, and they try to drum them up as kind of collector's items. And I think they'll just kind of fall short, unfortunately. But they're really stellar covers, though. Do you know who the cover artists were on each one of those?
No. Why you got to ask me that?
It might say on the inside.
Let's see. It lists all of the cover. No, here it is. Karen Darbo and Jesus Arbertov. They did the Black History Month one, which I think is what this cover is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Very cool. Those are great covers, though. I mean, great covers are great covers, no matter what book they're on. It's just disappointing that they don't go on their own book, which drives a more collector value and interest, I think, in general.
Yeah, this one does not. Oh, yeah, it does too. It does say for Black History Month. This was Mateus Manahini.
Yeah,
is the one that did this one for Black History Month.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I get what you're saying. And me, I'm just going after the shiny objects. I just like the artwork, and so like, cool. I want to have that.
I have boxes and boxes of the stuff. That
I know you do.
That I have done much the same over the years. So yes.
Oh, dang it! I forgot. So I had 2 more pop figures.
Well, hold on one second. So while we're still on the comic front.
Yeah, go ahead.
So actually, this was a gift for me for Christmas from my brother, who of course has his own comic business. And this is issue number 92 of the original Star Wars line. So you got Vader and Luke on the cover. And what's significant about this issue, it's in a 9.6. It's on a slab here. But what's significant about this is a Jan Duursema's first.
Oh, wow. Really?
Like first time on Star Wars. So, and for those maybe not familiar with Jan Duursema, but she's kind of a legend.
She's a legend, yeah, for sure.
Has done a lot of Star Wars stuff. She did Star Wars Legacy, Issue 0, a whole number of things. Her husband's also an artist as well, an illustrator. And so, it's a fantastic book. And anytime you can get the originals and they have some sort of significance to it, it's just really cool. And this one's in such great shape. So appreciate my brother giving that to me this year.
Yeah. Steph says, I think it's cute when Albert tilts his glasses up so he can see better. No. Getting old is not cute at all. No, but no matter what anyone tells you. So this is I forgot to talk about these 2 pop figures. I have more that came with this set. This was a Christmas gift. Look at that.
Nihilus.
Yeah. Darth Nihilus is a pop. They had an Old Republic box, like an Old Republic set. So you got Darth Nihilus, and then you got Darth Sion.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah. You can see him. Darth Sion is there.
It's like if Deadshot had a lot of cranial spider webs. That's what that looks like.
Yeah. So he's from Sith Lords, like Knights of the Old Republic Part 2 video game. They both are. And then they also came with the lanyard and like some buttons, I think, as well, and a nice little box set as well. But I had to get this one. I asked for this one. I was praying somebody would buy it for me. So my lovely wife decided she would do this. She had no idea what this was, though. So like, I don't know what that is, but I'm glad you're happy. So I got that. Okay, a couple more things here, and then we can wrap up, because this is just some fun stuff that I picked up. This is I picked this up at I forget now. I forget where I picked this up now. But this is the Best of Star Wars Insider.
Oh, wow.
So it's the first trade paperback. I think there's 3 volumes of this. I picked these up because one of the things, and I'll just kind of be honest, one of the things we've been talking about is like what kind of new content we want to do. And Jonesy and I were talking about, there's a lot of content within Star Wars Insider that nobody talks about, nobody covers. And yeah, it's not groundbreaking. It's not earth shattering. It's not impacting the main narrative in any way, but it is supplemental. And I think there are some really good stuff that's in here, right? Whether it's behind the scenes stuff, stories, all kinds of things. And so I thought, well, I might want to start picking up some of these older, issues, because it would be fun to sit here and break it open and talk about it. Right. I mean, like, who wouldn't want to see that? Right. So yeah, I picked this one up. I've got a lot of old back issues, and you can get them digitally as well if you really want to, but I like the physical stuff, of course. So I enjoyed, I was happy to find that. I also got this too, just for fun. Did you ever collect this? This is a Star Wars, the Clone Wars magazine that came out during the Clone Wars era.
I remember that, and no, I did not.
There is some really cool stuff in here. I mean, it's mostly posters and stuff, but it's got I'm going to see if I can show you here. Look who's on here.
Oh boy, it's your
Pong
boy
Krell.
Yeah, Pong Krell.
Yeah. So it's got stories of these characters, behind the scenes stuff. There's their buddy Maul that we were just talking about earlier. I didn't pick these up either, honestly. And I was flipping through this magazine. I thought, holy crap. I really want to go find all these. I would never play these games and stuff, but it's just fun stuff. Like, you got all this Jar Jar stuff in there. But I mean, if you're a fan of the Clone Wars, it seems like even at my age, I'd love to have more of these. They're very difficult to find though. Like, I don't run across these too often. Oh man, some rat kid went ahead and did the puzzle, the maze.
So for those listening, these books were really kind of designed for kind of grade school kids, I think.
Hey.
No,
I'm kidding. Go ahead.
No, I mean, I was trying to find a way to be nice, and then was like, I gave
right.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're kind of meant for grade school, maybe towards middle school, at the high end. So they were definitely trying to get that magazine on the shelf. Ooh, mom, look, Star Wars. Can we grab it? And even back then, what's the price tag on that book?
Let's see, the original price tag.
Yeah,
probably a lot. $4.99. This is in February of 2012.
Okay, so $5 wasn't too bad. Now they're like $8 or $9. It seems.
No, I think that would still be kind of expensive. But
you got like a little comic book.
Yeah, there's a comic book. Yeah, it's got like Obi-Wan Kenobi. It's got Cody in here. Of course, Rex.
Sold. Let's do it.
Yeah. But I'm saying, like, this is cool stuff.
And so the issue that I was showing is, it looks like they're advertising the Umbara arc.
It is. I'll show you. Go ahead.
Yeah, because that's why Krell's in there, and I think there was a darkness of Umbara.
Yep.
Type of thing.
Yeah, it's got Umbara factoids. I don't know if you can see that.
Oh yeah, there you go.
You're not gonna be able to read it, but
now we just do it online.
Yeah, it's called Wikipedia.
Well, even Star Wars does it, right? They do their little trivia.
The databank stuff or trivia.
Mm-hmm.
They even got a breakdown of, it says, know your Hutts. So it's got all the Hutts that have shown up in the Clone Wars.
Really? Where's Rhoda?
Who's down there?
Where's Stinky?
Stinky's
there he is at the top.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I want to find more of these. I just haven't, I don't run across them very often at estate sales or like old bookstores. It's very difficult to find that stuff because, kids were using them and they just destroyed them or wrote in them or whatever else. Here's another one that I paid $40 for this. I'm not bragging or boasting, but just
for
to kind
magazine.
Huh?
Fantastic Films. Okay.
Yeah. So this is Fantastic Films magazine. This is from 78.
Okay.
And the reason I picked it up
there on the front.
Yeah. The reason I picked it up was because they have an interview in here that's talking about it really gets into with Rick Baker, so you can kind of see it here. From 78, right? So mind you, this is only like a year after Star Wars is released, and they get into a lot of the creature design and creature shop stuff that they had done for the Cantina. And some of these didn't make it. Like, I've never seen some of these. These masks and I mean, we know who that is, right? But look at the other ones here.
Some of these look like a horror movie.
Exactly.
Like they used for Michael Myers and for like Poltergeist later on or something.
Yeah. Well, not the Poltergeist one, or the, what do you call it? The Exorcist is in there as well.
Exorcist. Yeah, there we go.
But the story is they were kind of going through a lot of the old costumes that they had, props from other movies that had come in the past. And so they were using that kind of as inspiration and that sort of thing. But then this is what the big selling point for me was this article here, which was talking about how they made the 3D graphic for the Death Star during that one shot where they're talking about entering into the Death Star and a precise shot and only a precise shot. That whole thing. It talks about the computers that they were using and how robust those computers had to be in order just to display that image. You can kind of see that there. Wow. Anyways,
that's pretty cool.
This is the stuff that I like. I like collecting this stuff because it's always fun to read just how, I don't know, I wouldn't say naive because it's not a negative thing, but just it's funny, especially my background in computers. I like to read that stuff and figure out like, wow, they were really pushing 4K or 2K of RAM at the time. And that was like, cutting edge technology. And today it's nothing.
But what's cool is that like that magazine, if you remember back to the making of Star Wars stuff that they had on Disney Plus, the behind the scenes, and they were talking about, especially like the originals, like those magazines are what inspired a lot of the Creature Shop. Like those magazines were everything they had to go by when they were growing up.
Yeah.
So It's cool. I mean, that was extending even to the 70s, even though some of that stuff was dying out a little bit. That's what a lot of those guys grew up with. So you've kind of got a piece that connects you to all of them, which is kind of neat.
I like that. Thank you for saying that. Well, oh, there it is. Okay, the last thing, and I promise I'll leave you alone. So this is Star Wars Bestiary. Have you seen this book?
No, you were talking about it.
Yeah. So this just came out. It's from Titan Books. You can see them there. They've done this one. So it's volume 1. It's kind of like like a monster manual almost, if you like to maybe kind of coin Dungeons and Dragons terms, where they've got some beautiful artwork throughout all of this. I forget who the artist is, but it's really good. I mean, it's got a lot of like colors, and then there's like sketches there. You can kind of see that.
Probably a smorgasbord of illustrators. Oh,
it's great. I mean, they just really did a good job. And some of this is pulled from like, looks like concept art too, but it's a very thick book. You can kind of see it there.
That is quite large.
I actually ordered this from Inkstone. This is another British company. This is them there, just to plug them. A lot of where I get my special edition books are from either Inkstone or from Goldsboro. But the reason I ordered this is because they were doing a nameplate for S.T. Bendy, who is the author of this book. You can kind of see that there now too. And she wrote, "May the Force be with you" at the very top. So the nameplate is, so it's autographed. She didn't sign the book itself, but you put the nameplate in there. But it's a cool reference book, very well done. If you're into like reference books, it smells great too. Oh, it smells so good. But yeah, this is a great. And then it's kind of got an embossed kind of cover. You can kind of, I don't know if you can see it there, but
I mean, just the art on the cover and the art inside the book is worth it alone.
Yeah.
Like these types of books are always something that I get so excited about because it's just visually appealing. And then there's a lot of good stuff in there to read, especially if it's a little bit about behind the scenes, how it came about. It's not as dry, I think, as some of the other making of type books can sometimes be. They get really into minutia, but these kind of highlight what you need to know. Each character kind of has their own page, and it doesn't dwell on them too long. Because I mean, there's just not a lot there either.
Yeah, and it's recent too, right? Like that's the Venex. What is this called? Vexus, which is the one that was on Parnassus, that planet that they were on.
Yeah,
so it's the
snake that Rey healed.
Yes,
for those that might be struggling to remember it.
Yeah, so it's up to date, right? I mean, they've got all the more recent animals. At least they've got a collection of recent animals in here. Purgil's in here. All the Loth cats, Loth wolves. All of the animals are in here as well. So it's really good. They got Pogs. I'm hoping they do a volume 2. I'm pretty big excited about that. But I did tag ST Bendy and social media when I posted that picture, and she liked it and said thank you or whatever else. So she's a good writer. I like the stuff that she's done in there so far.
Very cool.
I'm tired, man. Jeez, I didn't have that much stuff. Although I could go back and get more stuff if we need to next time, but I think I'll wait. What else you got?
We should never wait for those people who come into our live stream. That was really terrible, but thanks. Thanks to Steph Alex Music Train for coming out and hanging out with us tonight. We hope you enjoyed Tatooine Trading Post coming back. We're trying to do some of these things a little more consistently and regularly as we go, or of course, throw a big wrinkle into some of that. But you'll be able to see some of these. We won't do Tatooine Trainer Posts every week anymore because I think that's just that's a bit much. Albert even struggles to keep up with some of that sometimes, but we'll try to come back and do these from time to time, catch you up on what we've got and kind of the things that are interesting to us. And honestly, we'd love to hear what you guys have been collecting as well. So leave us comments in the chat if it's something like a fact. If you want to ever come and do a fact poi where we talk about some of our favorite Star Wars collectibles, that might be a little bit fun. Leave us a comment. That's something that might enjoy doing in the future if that's something interesting to you.
You know the worst thing about Tatooine Trading Post that I just remembered right now?
What's that?
I got to go put all this stuff back now.
Yeah, that is the worst part. Like pulling it all out and then remembering it. The other part is like the things you wanted to bring and then you totally forgot. Albert continues to go back to his bookcase.
I was turning my light on. I didn't even turn my Star Wars light on. It's not a show.
Well, now that we're at the very end of the second show.
I'll leave it on for afterwards as well.
But yeah, huge thanks to everyone for coming out tonight. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks guys for joining us. And I don't know, hopefully I sold you on some things. If not, that's cool too. But don't forget, let's see, we'll have I don't know, we haven't talked about it, but either we'll come back Wednesday and do a show or maybe we'll stick to the double headers. I don't know. It gets kind of late though. So, but we got more shows still coming up and then hopefully this freaking Andor trailer launches. Like it needs to drop. I have a feeling it's going to drop this week because we're getting close to that 30-day mark. So if it does, we will do an emergency show or do one as quickly as we can so that we can break that down. But that's imminent from what I'm hearing. So keep your fingers crossed it happens this week. If not, likely next week, but we will come back and do a show for that.
Sounds good. Looking forward to it.
Jonesy, anything else before we get out of here?
That's it. Thanks, everyone.
Yeah. Thank you guys. Thank you for your patronage and we'll see you all here on the next video.
You're still listening? Wow, that's amazing. Well, I'm here to give you the disclaimer. Normally we do a big, long, drawn-out disclaimer thing saying what's what and who's what and all that other stuff, but I think you guys kind of know that Lucasfilm and Disney have no affiliation with us at all, and we have none with them. We talk about Star Wars, which is their property and all that other good, fun stuff, but I think you can tell which is our stuff and which is their stuff. If you can't, well, then send a lawyer to send an email to me and I'll be glad to chat with them. Other than that, you know what's what, so that's your disclaimer.